skill for skill, none of these guys can mess with me. Like nobody.
I can't.
I guarantee it.
Calm down. Calm down, brother.
Come to the fight. I say ninth round.
What?
I say ninth round.
You said ninth?
Yeah.
Gervonta Davis and Lamont Roach engaged in a heated exchange at the press conference, trading insults and bold threats. Roach emphasized his deep connection to Washington, D.C., stating, "My whole family is from D.C." In response, Davis cautioned him against involving family in the pre-fight hype, suggesting that Roach's father would be shaking during the bout, asserting his confidence in the upcoming fight.
My whole family's from DC. My whole family, like my entire family.
Don't bring them.
Don't
bring them.
For what?
Don't bring them. I'm telling you,
They gonna celebrate with me.
Don't bring them.
It's gonna be a party on your floor.
I'm gonna let y'all know something. His father was up here shaking on the what's the name? He was shaking on the
props.
On my kids, he was shaking on this thing. On my kids, he was shaking.
Don't
never.
say, bro.
That's cap. What I'm about to say?
How you gonna say it's cap? And
it gotta be.
You gonna say it's cap? I'm watching it.
Gotta be. Hey.
Somebody lying.
Good.
Hey.
Yeah, somebody lying.
Hey.
Somebody lying.
Hey.
Okay, take
The rivalry between Davis and Roach began in their amateur days. In 2011, they clashed at the Junior Olympics, showcasing their emerging talents. This early encounter set the stage for their competitive dynamic, with both fighters displaying skills that would later define their professional careers. At the press conference, Davis responded to Roach's verbal jabs, warning him to stop the trash talk. He asserted that such provocations would only fuel his determination to dominate in the ring and make Roach pay for his words.
I represent if people doubting you, you feel like you're back against the rope and you don't have nobody, I do it for them. Like, I feel as though them people, like, you feel me? Like,
okay. And my last question.
Make it a good one.
My last question. My last question. I just want, just for us in here, I want y'all to predict what round.
What round what? What round what?
What y'all say?
What round what?
You know when they start talking, when the people who I fight, when they start talking, that's when y'all get them. I'm gonna beat his ass when y'all talking.
Shit.
For real. So y'all better be quiet.
I don't give a fuck if y'all was quiet, if y'all was loud.
Like, twist it up. I don't give a fuck about none of that.
Y'all can do whatever y'all want. My mother, he can't stop nothing over here.
None of that.
Not at all.
I'm telling you, I'm gonna f him up.
Not at all. Never. Nothing's gonna get fucked up over here. What do I look like getting fucked up?
Okay.
Confident in his strategy and preparation, Davis predicted a decisive victory, stating he envisions a 9th-round knockout, aiming to end the fight conclusively in his favor.
I say 9th round.
What?
I say 9th round.
You said 9th?
Yeah.
What's your response to that, Lamont?
Look, he got scared. Look. He looked at 9th.
I'm telling you, you saying you going down in a 9th? You know that power curry late.
I know you got some sneaky power. That's what I do know.
What?
Who said that? You said what? You said what? Yeah, that's what I've been waiting for, the niggas to talk. How much you want back? How much you want it back? Because I came up here alone. How much y'all want back? How much you want back? Just cut it out. Huh? 100? That's a bet. What's your name? Al, where you from?
Davis didn't just address Roach. He also warned his team, advising them to avoid trash talk. He emphasized that such behavior only fuels his determination to dominate and defeat them in the ring.
I'm not gonna lie, Tank. Like, I watch like most of your other press conferences before you get into the ring with somebody. You be dragging, bro. I ain't gonna lie. You be dragging. You feel me? But with Lamont, bro, it's kind of like y'all. It's kind of like the chill approach. I feel like the respect for y'all two is there.
Yeah.
I want to know how do you kind of balance between having respect for him, but in the ring, knowing like I gotta do my job.
It'd be like, I don't know. It'd be little clips like you see how like man him was talking and then somebody else talked like his crew.
Mm-hmm.
That's what get me up. Like that's what make me like. I always want to prove to somebody that I'm like they not who they are.
You tell when they start talking about that money, that how they bang.
Nah, not money. Period. Like when they talk shit. Period. That's when I get up for it.
Okay, put you in your bag. Last question, bro.
Critics argue that Tank shouldn't have fought Roach, believing he isn't on Tank's level. Many feel Roach lacks elite status, making the matchup seem like a mismatch.
What's up, this your boy Easy Work Boxing. Please like, comment, and subscribe. About to hit you everywhere but under your feet with this one, baby. I see a lot of Tank fans and penis riders are upset behind the fact that people are saying that Lamont Roach fight is trash, which we all know is trash. You know, the question that I keep hearing when I'm on my live and people get mad when I'm telling them that the fight is trash is, who else was out there for him to fight? Who else could he fight? The question is, who else did he send an offer to? That's the question. Who else could he have sent an offer to instead of him giving us another 130-pounder who hasn't fought anybody just like him? Who else could he have sent the contract to give y'all fans that's out there penis riding and upset at real boxing fans for knowing that Tank is playing y'all?
Responding to criticism that the fight is a mismatch, Davis explained that facing Roach was due to a lack of available opponents. He noted that other top contenders were already committed to scheduled fights. When asked about not fighting Teofimo Lopez, Davis cited personal reasons, stating that Lopez's consistent disrespect toward him influenced his decision. He emphasized that he chooses opponents based on both professional and personal factors, making Lopez an unlikely choice for now.
I was friends, y'all had history, y'all went back and forth back in the day, but why him? Why Roach? Out of all the people.
I think a lot of people was they had a scheduled fight. For sure they had a scheduled fight coming up. And another thing with the Teofimo nigga, he kept saying all this wild shit like monkey this, monkey that, and like he disrespected me as a man, so that's another reason why I want to give him a fight for sure. But I would fight him, like, you know? So I don't know, it just the other guys was definitely had a fight coming up. So it was like who I can really fight. You feel me? And he was the one that was calling, or if I'm not mistaken, he was calling, saying that he wanted to fight, and it's like, why not help him, you know?
Yeah.
Help his situation. So.
And I like that, right? But during these press conferences, you give him a lot of respect. Like, is this to sell a fight, or is it like to really believe it?
Nah. I mean,
like really though,
because the only reason why, because he is good. Like, don't get me wrong, but come on, like I mean, he's good, but when it comes to fight night, like it's gonna be a whole different beast. Like,
renowned trainer Bo Yis shared his thoughts on the upcoming fight, calling it a good matchup but expressing support for Davis. He emphasized the difficulty of facing Davis, praising his ability to execute every type of shot in the ring.
I think it'd be a good fight, man. Him and Tank. I think it'd be a real good fight, man. You know what I mean? I think I would have to go with Tank, though. I would have to go with Tank. You know what I mean? But I think it'd be a real good fight. You know what I mean?
Lamont will be moving up. What would he have to do to make that fight come?
Oh, he moving up?
Yeah, it would be. You know, he's the champion at 30.
Oh, okay, yeah. I have to go with Tank with that. You're moving up, yeah.
What does he need to do to make this competitive?
Hey, with Tank, you don't trade with him. You got to box, move, time up. You know what I mean? Walk him around, frustrate him. You know what I mean? Let him drop his guards. You know what I mean? He can drop his guards and then you do take it. But it's difficult when you fight Tank, man. It's difficult when you fight him because Tank sets you up with all types of shots, man. You can be beating Tank, man. Hitting him with all kinds. If you can't punch, you in trouble.
Facts.
You know what I mean? But with Tank, you might as well say, man, it's gonna be a knockout. You know what I mean? Because Tank gonna set you up. Like I said, he know how to set you up. And also, like I tell people, Tank can box when he want to box. You know what I mean?
I thought he was just a puncher. You were the first person that told me
that
he could box.
Yeah.
And then I started to see it fight after fight.
Yeah, he can fight real good, man. I mean, he can box real good. He boxes real good, man. You know what I mean? He know how to do it all. Tank know how to do it all, man.
Roach revealed that he has wanted to face Davis for years, even before Davis' bout with Hector Garcia, highlighting his long-standing ambition to challenge him in the ring.
I don't know if y'all know, but I've been in the Tank sweepstakes 2 years ago. A fighter's biggest payday around our weight class is going to be against Tank. Yeah. That's what they call it. The Canelo sweepstakes, obviously when you fight Canelo, you're going to get a bag. The Tank sweepstakes, obviously you fight Tank, you're going to get a bag. I got a call from them 2 years ago before he fought Hector Garcia. I wasn't champ at the time, and Hector was the champ. And I was the mandatory, that's crazy, I was the mandatory for Hector. He used his same words. I'm doing air quotes. I'm doing the same thing. Hector used his special privilege to fight Tank instead of me, so I had to wait.
Because he didn't want to lose to you, so if I'm going to lose, I'm going to fight Tank.
I get the
because
payday,
if I lose to the champ,
ain't no payday.
I'm still the champ, and I can still keep on going and fight. That's a business decision.
It's a business decision. That's what I'm saying. I respect it.
Despite criticism of Roach's abilities, insiders see him as a formidable fighter. His lack of mainstream recognition fuels misconceptions about his potential to challenge and possibly defeat Davis.
What
Came out still on top.
with Floyd? You said, what was the lose-lose situation? What you mean?
Just a little situation that he put me in to, make me lose. But he thought I was gonna lose. But
You talking about like a boxing match or?
yeah, boxing match.
Ooh, if you don't mind. If you don't want to, it's fine.
Pedraza. Joseph Pedraza, my first world title. I was 16-0. I was 16-0. 16-0. And I was 21 at the time. And I haven't fought in like 7 or 8 months. And around that time, I wasn't making that much money. I probably was making like $10,000 a fight.
Mm.
So 6 months is crazy to not fight, So, when they came back and it was like, all right, you gotta fight. He was like, you gotta fight this fighter, which is Joseph Pedraza. If you don't fight him, you're not fighting. You're like sitting on a shelf. So I had to fight him.
Mm.
In the midst of all that happened, I got evicted. I had to sell my jewelry. So now, and remind you, I'm letting them boxers that you talking about, I'm putting them on game.
Mm.
Roach stressed that he and Davis share similar experience and defensive skills. He noted that their extensive history is largely unknown to local boxing fans, suggesting this lack of awareness leads to underestimations of his abilities in the ring.
What 90% of the people don't know is that we have like the same skill set, honestly. We got the same experience, and it's definitely, obviously the power is just, obviously the power is different, especially to the eye test. But what they don't know is like the defense over here is up to par. They don't know I'm not scared. They don't know that I'm going to go in there and be in control.
This DMV versus DMV, you know what I mean? Like, I feel, like, tell us a little bit about being a DMV fighter, what that means, you know what I mean?
I mean, well, you can attest, it's been a hotbed for a long time. It's been a hotbed of boxing for a long time, even if it's not well known to the general public of the boxing world. Everybody know that DC Maryland, and mainly DC and Maryland, but DC, Maryland, and Virginia got some of the best fighters in the country. And when it comes to world champions, as bred world champions in the world too.
Lamont, you talking about having no fear of Gervonta. How much does that play a role in this fight, in the fact that you've went head up with him before back in the amateurs, and so how much does that kind of help the confidence heading into a fight with him? And even and to those points too, like a lot of guys aren't exchanging with Gervonta in the pocket, trust their defense to try to punch in between his punches. And do you feel like you're going to challenge him in that area in a way we haven't seen a lot of fighters challenge him?
Oh yeah, for sure. And I think they know that too. So and that's the thing. That's really gonna bring like his A game.
Davis expressed confidence in his knowledge of Roach's fighting style and strategy from their past encounter. He believes this familiarity gives him an advantage as he prepares for their upcoming bout.
I'm from Baltimore. He's not from DC. That's what I learned. I thought he was from DC too. DC my second home. I've been coming up here since I was 9 years old, even younger. So I'm not really trying to get in his personal business. Probably just showing him that, I could do anything, especially in your backyard. We're gonna feel all this shit we gotta do. Look, hey, Tank, we're gonna go 35, 12.
Many years ago, legendary champion Marvin Hagler remarked that it's hard to get up and do road work at 5 a.m.
In a direct message to Davis, Roach warned against underestimating him, insisting he be taken seriously as a contender. His statement reflects his determination to prove himself in the upcoming fight. Meanwhile, Teofimo Lopez weighed in on the matchup, urging fans to examine his resume. He suggested that his extensive experience would allow him to dominate Davis, implying that he possesses the skills necessary to defeat him in the ring.
So you think you dominate Tank?
I think I dominate any of them. If you really look at it, if you gotta really tap in on this, look at the resume, all that extra, whatever. There's a certain limit that you hit, right? But then there's that next criteria or that next top tier. And if you don't match that, you never gonna know how great you really are. And I've done that a few amount of times already. I jumped out that box and done that. So I have yet to see Gervonta come out of that box yet. You know what I'm saying? They're about to put him with a guy at 130 pounds. Whether he's a champion or not, you're getting a guy lighter than you to come up and weight to make you look good again. You know what I'm saying?
Some fans view Roach as less elite than Davis, raising doubts about the fight's competitiveness. This perception has impacted ticket sales and pay-per-view interest, influencing decisions on whether to watch the bout live or purchase access.
Frank Martin-ish type of fight where he's fighting a dude who has earned a big opportunity or has a bit of a resume. He's on a run. His only loss is to Jamel Herring, and he did beat Hector Luis Garcia, a common opponent between the two. But I think people are going to look at this and be like, all right, Tank again is not fighting one of the elite guys that you want to see him fight against. He's fighting another kind of B-level fighter who is really, really good, but you want to see Tank against the best of the best.
Lamont Roach, and this is nothing against him, I think this is actually a good fight. I think he's very skilled. It's kind of giving the Canelo blueprint right now, where Canelo is like picking fighters, Edgar Berlanga and Jaime Munguia, and they're on pay-per-view, but obviously we want to see Canelo fight David Benavidez. Loma is the one. Remember, we were hearing that there was a fight that was supposed to take place in November, and both camps were in negotiations. And then Loma decided that he was going to take some time off. That's not Tank's fault.
Within the Black community, a movement is growing to support the Davis versus Roach fight. Supporters highlight the significance of two black boxers headlining a major event, urging fans to rally behind the matchup.
I'm throwing the fire sticks away, Two-Tone. Everybody, you gotta buy this fight if you black, because they don't want blacks to fight blacks because y'all don't buy it. So I'm buying it. No fire stick.
Fuck out of here. You ain't about to mercy. You ain't about to get us the mercy buy this shit, pity buy this shit. This ain't the right black on black
Hey,
we want to see.
No, hold on, Nuts. You can't de-advertise the black community, nigga.
Fuck out of
We
here.
rep
This
it.
ain't the black on black we want to see.
Y'all said
This
we
ain't the black
coming
on
out.
black we
They
want to
was in
see.
DC. They was in DC, nigga. Chocolate City, Baltimore, motherfucking DC. The whole crowd was full of black people. We coming.
I seen white people like a motherfucker in them stands. Why y'all capping, man?
Yo, Lamont is the only nigga Tank fought out of his last 5 fights that's not scared of him.
Oh, wow.
Rolly was scared. Brian was scared.
Frank wasn't
Hector was
scared. Frank wasn't
was
scared.
terrified.
Frank wasn't scared.
Frank was terrified.
Man, he wasn't terrified
Frank
because
was
he
terrified.
flinched.
That's a wrap for today's video. Stay tuned for more exclusive boxing coverage, analysis, and updates. See you next time on Fight Night Vibes.